Hi there, this is Lula LV. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and spending some of your time with me today. I hope you're having a good one. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the wear and tear on my Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM in empreinte leather after 1 year of regular use. First, I will give a very brief history of the Neverfull. I'll let you know how I've cared for and stored this bag over the past year. We'll do a close inspection together of the wear and tear on the bag. And finally, I will address a known issue with this specific color, which is yellowing leather. So be sure to stick around to the end for that. This is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the MM size. It's in the color Turtle Dove, which is this beautiful beige color in empreinte leather. Empreinte is a grained or pebble leather. I'll come up close here so you can really see the grains, the pebbles in the leather. And it has the Louis Vuitton monogram debossed into the leather. The Neverfull is a staple Louis Vuitton design that was first introduced in 2007 in their classic monogram canvas. This is one of the original Neverfulls. This particular one is from 2008. You can see the vachetta around the top is quite worn. The handles are very soft and supple, but otherwise this bag is in excellent condition. And you'll see I have some stuffing inside and the beautiful pattern on this lining where it says Louis Vuitton inside. This is how the bag was first introduced in 2007. This particular one is from 2008. It was later introduced in their other canvases, their Damier Ebene canvas, which is the brown checkered pattern, as well as the Damier Azur pattern, which is the white and blue-gray checkered pattern. In 2013, it was then introduced in new materials. It was introduced in Louis Vuitton's durable epi-leather, and the design was updated with a new pattern on the interior lining, and it was also introduced with a pochette inside the bag that looks like this, except of course it was in the matching canvas. The Neverfull was never available in empreinte leather until last year when it was released in March of 2021. In empreinte leather, it's only available in this middle size, which is the MM. There's the MM, the PM is the smallest, and the GM is the largest. And it's only available in empreinte leather in this beautiful turtle dove color, as well as a creamy ivory and noir, which is black. And the noir also has a different color lining, as does the ivory. This has a beautiful plum colored lining. The noir has a navy lining, and I'm not sure offhand what color the lining is on the white version. Before we take a look at the wear and tear, let me just give you a little bit of background about how I've used, stored, and cared for this bag in the past year that I've had it. Since I've owned it, this bag has been in heavy rotation. At any given time, I typically have 2 bags in use, one larger bag as well as a smaller grab and go, something like the pochette accessoire. My bags that I'm currently using are kept in the downstairs coat closet on a rack. So they're kept out of natural sunlight when I'm not using them, and they sit uncovered on a shelf. This Neverfull has been the large bag in my rotation for the past 12 months. I use it at least a few days a week, depending on my schedule for that week. And while I don't baby my bags, I do generally treat them with care. For example, I don't throw my bags, I don't put them on the ground outside. But other than that, I use them just as I normally would in my typical day-to-day life. The empreinte leather is generally very carefree. As I mentioned before, it is a pebbled leather, which typically is a little more hard wearing than a smooth leather. I have done absolutely nothing to care for the leather in the past year. I just keep it clean. I do generally keep it out of the rain. I've never been caught in the rain with this. It has been drizzling when I've been outside, and I simply just wipe the bag dry with a clean cloth. To protect the interior, you'll see this bag has this beautiful microfiber lining. I haven't done anything really to care for the interior, except I have used a organizer or a liner. This particular one, I believe I bought off of Etsy. It says Jenny Crafts inside. It's just your standard felt liner. I do typically use the bag with the liner inside to keep my items organized, but also to keep anything from spilling inside my bag. I have had a few small crumbs, small debris fall on the outside of the liner, and when that happens, I simply remove it and I use a small hand vac to vacuum out any large crumbs or debris, and then I'll use a lint roller just to carefully clean out the inside. As you can see, it's pretty clean. And that is all I have done to care for this bag. Now let's inspect this bag together for wear and tear. I've taken a look before I started filming, and the leather really is showing zero wear. There's no rubbing on the leather, no scratches. The debossing on the leather looks very clean and shiny. The one issue I've sometimes heard of with the EMPREINTE leather with the debossed monogram is that if you wear it, for example, crossbody, the leather can smooth out over time. I have not noticed that with this bag. However, I do carry it top handle. I don't wear it crossbody just because of the size and design of this particular bag. The bottom is clean. There's no corner wear. The corners are a little dusty. I could probably wipe this down with a cloth, but the leather itself looks very clean. All this stitching is clean. The hardware is also very bright and shiny. We'll take a look at the hardware down here. There's no, there we go, it's a better focus. There's no scratches on the leather whatsoever, on the hardware whatsoever. The interior has no pilling. This is a microfiber lining. Very smooth, no sections have worn on the interior. So to be honest, it really looks like it was the day I purchased it and I received it. I'm very happy with the way this is worn. The only issue I've noticed with this bag and the particular way that I use it, you may see here the corner is a bit squared off. If you can see how the light is reflecting here, you can see it particularly well. The corner is a little bit squared off. I can flatten it out a little bit. And that is just from my use of this organizer. As I mentioned before, I do typically use this bag with the organizer in it. And this is an organizer that was designed to fit the Neverfull MM size. Just remove that little crumb. And so I've noticed when the organizer's in it, it has shaped the leather here on each of the corners, but I don't think that's really a big deal. It may bother you, it may not. For myself, it doesn't bother me. When I take the liner out of the bag, over time, the leather does go back to its natural shape. However, I did want to mention that, and that's just from the way I've used it. Before I end this video, there is one known issue that I want to address with this particular bag, specifically the EMPREINTE leather in Turtle Dove. I actually have not heard this, interestingly enough, about other bags, other designs in the EMPREINTE leather in Turtle Dove, but I have heard this about the Neverfull. the leather can yellow. Now, interestingly enough, I haven't heard this about the ivory color. If you have the Neverfull EMPREINTE in that color, please comment below. Let me know if you've had that issue with yellowing leather or not. But I have heard it with the turtle dove color, and I will insert some pictures. I was actually just browsing on Fashion File recently, and I saw a photo of a Neverfull that was for sale, and it had significant yellowing along the side seam as well as the bottom and corners of the bag. So typically what I've seen and what I've heard is that around the bottom, the leather will yellow. I have also seen, as I mentioned in those photos, there has been yellowing along the seams. I've looked at this very carefully and I have not noticed yellowing on mine. I'm gonna get a very close up. I feel like there may be a slight bit of yellow right here. It's really hard to focus. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Here we go, like perhaps maybe right here. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm looking for something that's not there, like maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, because in the photos I've seen with yellowed leather, it is very noticeable. You certainly do not have to look that closely to see it. But I mean, really, I don't see any here. There's one corner maybe. But to be honest, I think it might just be the way the light reflects off of it. So I have not experienced that issue with this bag. So that's my full wear and tear update for the Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM in EMPREINTE leather in turtle dove. I hope this was helpful for you. If you're thinking about getting this, let me know if this helped, or if you have this particular bag as well, let me know if you've experienced the same wear and tear. That's all I have for you today. If you liked this video, please be sure to subscribe for future videos on similar content, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now. Have a good one.